was advocating for you to get another 5 to 10 minutes. But I told him we have to move on to Representative Mackenzie, our final person for questions. You are now recognized.
And I appreciate the hearing that we're having today because it relates to some of the biggest challenges that our country faces today. And first is we have an economic crisis in this country. Millions of Americans are still struggling to make ends meet. We have $36 trillion of debt. We have a $1.8 trillion deficit. And so it is incumbent upon us as members of Congress to scrutinize every tax dollar that is spent. So I'm a little surprised when some of our colleagues here today want to diminish the fact that we are talking about $40 billion. It's still $40 billion of taxpayer money that we are talking about. And so USAID does provide, in some cases, very good services that advance our interests around the world and help others. And that's something that we want to maybe continue, but that should come before Congress. At the same time, we have seen illegal immigration devastate our country. That is the other big challenge that I believe our country is facing. We have had a wide open southern border where the Biden administration took their executive powers and used them to not build a border wall. There were funds that were appropriated through Congress to build a border wall. I was down on the southern border. I saw the equipment laying by the side of the border, not being built. And so Mexican drug cartels were bringing in weapons and human trafficking and drugs right across our border, and there was nothing being done about it. So those are two of the biggest challenges that we face. We've heard about the absolute waste that is going on in USAID today. Total waste of taxpayer dollars, adding to our debt and to our deficit. At the same time, we have seen USAID has actually made some kind of attempt to stem illegal immigration, but it seems to have totally failed. And so I want to bring up, in 2021, USAID announced Central America Local, a 5-year, $300 million initiative to pay local organizations in El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras to address the, quote, root causes of migration. The GAO found that this initiative did not require training of staff to detect and reduce fraud risks because USAID did not actually regulate the training of agency-wide individuals. So we have money that is going to this cause. At the same time, we have people who in this chamber still want to fight us on building a border wall and border security. In fact, many of the members that were part of the longest shutdown in US government history over a border wall are still here. And we still hear about them saying that they may potentially shut down the government. So I would like to ask the members of our panel today if they have thoughts on, is the USAID initiative to stem the root causes of migration the right way to go, or is building a border wall the right way to go?
I've written on this, and we've looked at all of the numbers, and the amount of money that we spend, no matter how much, has absolutely no impact on migration. It's having a firmly sealed, enclosed border. That's what the solution is.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that response, and I agree with you. And so I look forward to, as we move through this Congress, providing funding for a border wall that will secure our country. And also, I look forward to scrutinizing every single dollar of the billions that are going out through USAID for absolute waste and programs which are not effective or efficient in actually achieving their mission. And so that is the prerogative of Congress. But the reason that we are having this hearing today is because of the executive branch shining a light on all of this waste and inefficiency. And so we can work in collaboration with an administration to provide for our American citizens safety, security, actually protecting and spending taxpayer dollars in an efficient and effective fashion, not putting our children and grandchildren in trillions of dollars of debt. I believe that we can do all of that, and we are going to do that this Congress and with this administration. So with that, I will yield back my time to the chairman, but I want to thank all of our panelists and everybody for today's hearing.
Thank the representative from Pennsylvania. I'm now going to recognize Representative Jackson for any closing remarks that you may have.
I'd like to thank you so much, Chairman Mast,